So, hi everyone, good evening. We're happy to see you here at Teach for the Bay, and we'll be starting with introductions, and then we're going to be telling you about our apprenticeship program at City College. We'll hear from our apprentices and our team. We're going to be telling you about San Francisco Educators Rising, which is a really exciting partnership, and it's we're going to introduce you to different folks at SFUSD and our employment specialists at City College. I can't get my dogs to be independent enough to not come up when I'm on Zoom, but maybe someday. Yeah, so glad you're here. So I'll start. I am Tracy Burt, and I've been teaching at City College for about 20 years. And over about probably 7 years ago, a group of us started meeting together from SFUSD and San Francisco State and a bunch of different departments at San Francisco Unified, San Francisco State, and University of San Francisco, and then UESF, the union for the teachers, United Educators of San Francisco. We were talking about building a pre-para pipeline because they have a really great program at SFUSD called the ParaEducator pipeline or program, and you can get support as you earn your master's and your credential. But before you get to that program, you have to have 60 transferable units. So we're like, what about all these amazing people we know and all these amazing educators that are earlier in the pathway? So that's kind of how this apprenticeship was born originally. So we started, this is our third year. It's a City College and San Francisco Unified partnership, and it's called an earn and learn program, which means that you're earning money, you have a real job as a paraeducator at San Francisco Unified, and you take classes along the way. So basically, we're all about creating a community of care. We're creating, we cohort our classes as much as we can, and we work individually with students to craft their ed plans and make sure they're making progress towards their transfer degree. And so KO and I started working together a little over a year ago, and that's how San Francisco Educators Rising was born in collaboration with DeAndre and others as well. We have a couple of mentors who were on the apprenticeship committee from the beginning. Their names are Janet Eberhardt and Carolyn Samoa. They're not here with us tonight, but they're a really important part of the program. So I had a whole presentation, but for some reason my Zoom doesn't like Canva, so we're freestyling. So I'm going to hand the baton to KO, and he's going to tell you a little bit about him and in San Francisco Educators Rising. So I'll just say that San Francisco Educators Rising is kind of like the umbrella, and the apprenticeship is a huge part of it. So it's everyone in the apprenticeship is in San Francisco Educators Rising, but we do have 3 folks in San Francisco Educators Rising that aren't working at SFUSD. So it's also a teacher pathway and a pipeline program.
Cool. Thank you, Sister Tracy. Greetings, everyone. Thank y'all for coming at 5 o'clock at night to this presentation. That right there let us know up front the commitment that you have for either A, wanting to further your education, or B, learn more about our amazing program with San Francisco Educator Rising. So yeah, as Sister Tracy said, my name is Dr. K.O. Wilson. I am the Director of Black Male Teacher Recruitment, Certification, and Retention at KINGMAKERS of Oakland. And as Sister Tracy said, this is a collaboration with CCSF, City College of San Francisco, SFUSD, we got Brother DeAndre Ball, and also SF State, Dr. Linda Plattis as well. So what San Francisco Educator Rising is, just a quick 30-second version of it, is that we want to put you on a clear, streamlined pathway to get your teacher certification. If you're not interested in becoming a teacher, we at least want to get you on a clear pathway of degree completion. So then you could go into other areas that the degree you get at CCSF and SF State can get you better prepared to do, like maybe counseling, social work, just human health services. And we cohort, as Sister Tracy said, our folks in a cohort, we handpick professors to ensure that you have high quality instruction. And we give you this community of care to ensure that you have somebody with you every step of the way until you complete your degree. I think it's an amazing program. Right now, I am proud to say out of 23 folks, we only had 1 person stop out. So it's highly effective what we're doing so far. And I just really, if you are a student interested in joining the program, we would love to have you. If you're someone just gathering information, yeah, stay tuned. And with that, I'm going to pass it to DeAndre Ball from SFUSD. Yeah.
Hello everyone. Sorry my screen is not working, but I'm here. I'm super excited to meet everyone. As Tracy mentioned, my name is DeAndre Ball. I'm Executive Director of Talent Acquisition in SFUSD, so I oversee the hiring of paraeducators, teachers, custodians, principals. But we are always super excited to meet folks who are interested in being paraeducators because they are so vital to our school communities. In addition, SFUSD, the city of San Francisco, in addition, is very big on hiring locally and hiring people to be in positions or work in organizations where they see like they can really build a career. And so while we certainly have a need and want you all to work with us, or at least in SFUSD as paraeducators, we want you to view SFUSD as an opportunity to begin and continue and grow in your career. And so we're super excited and appreciative of the partnership with CCSF because it would allow you to be on the path to really get the certifications and education degrees needed to work in a variety of different positions. So super excited to be here.
Thank you, DeAndre. So I also want to say that this is a program about having purpose. So our purpose is really about recruiting diverse and talented educators who reflect the kids in our programs, the kids and the families, so they have the cultural insights and wisdom that enable them to be really great educators, as well as they're reflective educators. They're committed to social justice, and it's not an easy job to be a teacher. It's an easier job to be a teacher in a private school. These are not private schools, these are public schools with public school stuff, right? And with a strong purpose and a clarity about why we're there and why we're doing the work, people are more likely to stay engaged in the work and having these supports. And we're just building with San Francisco Unified. We really see it as the place where our future leaders for our country, for our city, our state, our country, those are our kids, right? I mean, those are also the apprentices, but they're already leaders inside the apprenticeship and inside their schools. But we see the kids in SFUSD as the future leaders who are going to change the world and make the kind of changes that we need to see in order to transform our world and make it the world that we want it to be. So that purpose piece is really important to all of us. I think we really share that. And I also, so there's kind of two ways to come into our work. One way is, especially for the apprenticeship, so one way is you don't work at San Francisco Unified yet and you'd like to work there. And so the other way is you're already a paraeducator. We're able right now to work with paraeducators who are working with children in elementary school and younger. So early childhood and elementary school, they can be a special ed para, they could be an early childhood assistant or a TK assistant. There may be other they call them classifications that could also work, and I am happy to talk to you about that. So for people who already have a job as a paraeducator, you're going to be able to apply by mid-November and start in January, as long as you're currently working. So if you don't have a job but you want a job at SFUSD, we are here to support you in getting that job, and you can apply now as a sub para. And if you start work by January, you would be able to start the program in January. We will have a wider application process later next spring. And in the service of helping people apply to SFUSD to become a paraeducator, I wanted to introduce our employment specialist, Tina. How do you say your last name, Tina? Actually,
you got it right, Tina Zong.
Tina Zong. Okay, thanks.
Perfect.
So Tina is here with us, and she provides really wonderful supports for students at City College as they're looking for work at SFUSD.
Yeah, thank you for the introduction, Tracy. Yes, my name is Tina, and I am part of the career services team here at City College of San Francisco. So I cover the childhood education, public and social sectors. So if you fall in any of those categories, I am the go-to person for you if you're looking for employment or internships. Also, if you're part of this program, you end up applying, I'll be the one assisting. If you have questions with the application process or just need support in any way, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is definitely on the CCSF website. I can also leave my email address. So any questions in general, feel free to reach out to me, and I would love to support in any way possible.
Thank you. As a follow-up, I'll send the presentation on Canva so that you can take a look, and all of our emails and contact information's in there, and I'll put it in an email to everybody who registered as well. So let's see, the next thing on our agenda is to share a video that we made with some of our apprentices and the people on our team. This was kind of before we started working with KO, or as I think we had started working together, but we hadn't really solidified our partnership. So I'd like to show that video. And just so you know, at the end, we'll discuss more about San Francisco Educators Rising after that. And then we're going to split into 2 breakout rooms. There will be one for folks who are looking for work at SFUSD and one for folks who already are paraeducators. So let's see, I'm going to hope that this share screen works. I think it will.
I want you to think of one word that kind of expresses an intention that you have for this year, something you want to bring.
The Early Childhood and Special Education Apprenticeship means that you're working as a paraeducator in San Francisco Unified in an early childhood environment, either as a special education assistant, a TK, or early childhood assistant. You're also taking classes at City College, so you're working towards certificates, permits, and degrees. You're also getting support and mentorship.
When I found out about the apprentice program from my classmate, I knew it was for me because I wanted to get deeper into education, and I wanted to have a better understanding of how I could support students in education.
I want to be a teacher, and a teacher assistant is the first step for me to start my career. I want to work.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on with the video.
With the kids 3 to 5 is my first choice to work with them.
I've had some students say that either they have younger siblings and they've said that working with kids has actually helped them learn how to have a better relationship with their younger siblings. They've had to learn the patience it takes to work with children.
When I first got started, I actually got a summer job as a day camp counselor, and I was 18. I had a junior counselor I was working with who was 16. We had no experience besides babysitting, and we had 24 5-year-olds for 8 hours a day the whole summer, and I loved it. I loved getting things ready. I loved connecting with every kid. They was just so interesting and so fun, and I loved talking with them. I loved helping them through their big emotions, and I knew that that was going to be part of my life's journey.
I was the second oldest in terms of my family dynamic and structure, and so that meant that I spent a lot of times supporting my mother with raising my younger siblings. She was a single mom. And then as my cousins started coming into play, and I have a huge family, I was always the one that corralled everybody together and played games and sang songs, and I just knew it was something that was just, I was always enjoying laughter when I was around children.
I started as a community relations specialist in an elementary school site, and the rest is history. I fell in love with the job, in love with the community and the students that I worked with. And like I said, I've been in the district 37 years, and so it kind of just captured my heart.
I've started as a nanny. Then I started with the apprenticeship, and now I'm a para, and my goal is to be a teacher, to be in the classroom and to help make all these changes and be there for kids and hopefully, again, change somebody's life. My sister has autism. We didn't find out until very, very late. I saw how much she suffered and how hard it was for her to deal with school and everything. So it's one of the things that made me want to be a teacher.
If the village doesn't show a child love, the child will burn down a village to feel its warmth. And we definitely don't want children feeling the need to destroy, to feel something. We want them to feel like they're taken care of and warmed by our love.
When you're educating a child, it takes everybody involved, or everyone to be involved, for anyone from the custodian to the secretary of the school, to the elementary advisor, to the para, or to the classroom teacher, and even the neighborhood, the families, the corner store, the next door neighbors, living in the community of a school setting. It's so important that you are a part of the growth and the development of that student, a child that you're working with. They become the village.
You be patient. You have to have some positive mind. Sometimes the kids will make you crazy. Yes, and you have also think, oh, they are learning. They are not charging you, right? And every day, it's not every day. It should be every minute they change. Yes, you have to flexible, all right? And you also have to. It's not about the communication skills. It's not very high level because the kids they are not used to lots of academic work. Yeah, you have to work with them, interact with them, right? And I think flexible, creative, patient, and love. Yeah, love them and love your job.
Supporting a young apprentice as they're exploring the possibility of early childhood is really
You hear me?
getting in the spot of forming relationships, forming true relationships with the families, connecting with people in the community in terms of schools that you're in, connecting with the students, and connecting with your colleagues. Everybody's needs are different. Everybody comes with gifts and they come with their own strengths and interests, and really being able to understand that and recognize that is where you actually are able to build a huge support system and also build that foundation for deep learning to happen.
We're teaching them about work ethic, about how to be a good team player in the workspace, things that I feel like no one had told me about before I went and started working. It's just something that you learn, like maybe you learned at home. How to be a good helper, but if you didn't learn it at home, like these are good ways where someone could be giving you that feedback. And I think for some students that are struggling at times, what I've noticed is what they focus on is like the love they're getting from the kids. That's what I've noticed in terms of what they're getting out of the experience. Like they're really surprised at how the students respond to them, and they're really surprised that they actually feel like a teacher. You know, the little ones, like preschoolers especially, call them Teacher Alexa or Teacher Anna, or you know, so the kids, it makes them feel empowered in some way, I think, and gives them a little confidence.
I think this career is amazing for young people who want to have fun at work, who want to build
young and young at heart people, all of us.
relationships with other people, who are creative and who see the joy and the potential in children.
It's a process to learn with the kids together. It's not only you teach the kids, you also learn from the kids. Yeah, the kids also is your teacher too.
It's not a babysitting job. It's not a cushy job where you just, you know, you're loving and hugging the kids all day or whatever. That it's all about educating the child.
There's a learning process. It's not pushing them or force them to do it. They learn it gradually, eventually, right? And the kids, they also the teacher, because I think we are the adult. Sometimes we think the things is too complicated. The kids, the mindset is help you to think it simple, just help you to how to get interaction with them, right?
Some kids just, you know, want a hug. Some kids just want, you know, for somebody to hold their hand. And we as educators change the world.
There's gonna be good days, there's gonna be bad days, but you gotta ask yourself each day, why do you do what you do? Why do you come back to this? You know, and if you can answer that, then you kind of know whether or not you're right for this apprenticeship program.
Okay, so that's a little bit about the program. So what I'd like to do is ask for everybody to post something in the chat. What makes you want to work with kids? So what draws you to working with kids, and what's your purpose for working with kids? Maybe those are two different questions, but why don't we stick with purpose? What's the purpose for you of working with children and working in education? And this is for presenters as well as workshop participants. We'll make sure everyone has our emails. So what's your purpose in working in education, working with kids? The opportunity to give back, love. I love it. I love to see them grow and learning from what I'm teaching them. I already work with children with special needs and I want to help them more by advocating for inclusive programs. Nice. Influencing the community. To be part of building children up, encouraging them to learn, grow to be powerful citizens, the opportunity to give back. Yes. So KO has, so those are some great ideas about purpose to make a positive difference in the child's life. So KO, you have some good questions. You want to ask those questions to get to know folks in the room a little bit?
Sure. I would love to, now since like, that's resonated on your mind, I would love to go around the room and, just ask, who's in the room? Where are you working currently? Are you looking for work? And think about like, who was your favorite teacher? Because now you told us like why you want to teach and why you want to inspire. Like, who put that fire in you? I'm very curious to know what that is. So I start, for example, Miss R. Madison for me. Miss R. Madison was my second grade teacher. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, so if I talk with a twang, excuse my accent. But it was this little, this little lady. She graduated with my mother, my sister, just like she just graduated with a lot of folks in my family. And I just felt like she knew me and she had the best interest in me when she was teaching me. I love Miss R. Madison to this day. So yeah, we're gonna do a popcorn style. So whoever feel the spirit to go first. Yeah. Or in the chat, either one.
Okay, I'll go. My first grade teacher, not in this country, in a different country. I started elementary school. We had a large class, 40 kids, and she handled us all with a smile and authority over the classroom, very clear rules. We knew them. We respected her. She respected us. We admired her, and it is because of her that I wanted to be a teacher. I took a different career path. I was a researcher and administrator before my son was born. He is just turned 18 and will be going to college next year. And I am looking for meaning in life, I guess, midlife crisis, maybe, reevaluating what to do with the rest of my life. And I feel like giving back is something I need to do. So I'm exploring opportunities. I'm taking a lot of child development classes at community college in San Francisco now, and just trying to see which path. So.
Anyone else would anyone else like to share? Who inspired you to be a teacher?
I'll go.
Great, thanks.
My name is Catherine. I'm from Colombia. I have a psychology degree from my country. And then while being there, I was apprentice in a child hospital. And I had like the opportunity to meet like many kids with challenges. And I started feeling like sometimes the world is not as helpful as it could be for everybody. Years later, I came here in an au pair program. And then the boy that I came to take care of was diagnosed with autism. So I started like learning more about this, meeting with some of his, therapists and getting involved in this. And I felt like it was like a path that I would like to get into it. And I changed my visa to a student visa. And now I'm in the city college taking classes for childhood development. But my goal is like to get into the special education path and,
Awesome. I think you asked about OPT and that's a question for DeAndre. I think I've asked that before. I'd have to look back at my emails to know if people can work at SFUSD when they have OPT. It's basically that you have a visa to work for a while, right?
Yeah, with the student visa, we are not allowed to work here in the United States. But if we get an OPT with like a practice, then we can have that permit, like a special permit to work.
Right. So yeah, if you have an OPT, you would be able to work with us.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, we could support you in looking at working with children with special needs in the district. It'd be really great. It could be some really great opportunities. So Lex says, a child I was working with also has autism, but he is very sweet and cute. I want to help him more. Nice. Yeah, so many people come into the field because of their own kids or because of kids in their lives and because they want to be able to support those kids and understand them.
And for
My
me,
name is Janaea, and
Sorry.
I came into the teaching field because I love it. I've been doing it since I was about 18, and then I stopped, and then I came back, and it's just like my passion. So that's the reason why I came at Para, and now I want to be a teacher.
Yay.
I started saying earlier, I have a next door neighbor with a child with disabilities. So I am just sort of, I understand a little bit of the parents' perspective on it.
Mm-hmm.
But class and I'm taking child development 120 right now at City College with instructor Jericho Coffey.
Mm-hmm.
The class gives you a different perspective. Like you get more answers to questions why and how. And I really want to know more. I want to know what this apprenticeship program is about, how it's structured and how it's done. And maybe it's something that I would be able to do. So.
Yeah, well, I can tell you a little bit more about the apprenticeship program. So basically you go through the same process as you're going through the same process of getting hired as anybody getting hired would go through. So you submit your resume, your application, you get you ask for interviews, you do a cover letter. We have supports along the way. So I support you and Tina supports you really. She does one-on-one support for people who while they're looking for their jobs, and then DeAndre might connect with a principal and tell them about the apprenticeship program, or I might do that. So there's additional supports along the way, although you're still the one choosing the position and pursuing the position and kind of putting all your ducks in a row. So and then the degree that people get is an associate's degree in transfer. So it's either a transfer degree in early childhood education or in child and adolescent development, which has more psychology classes. And once everybody's pretty much transferring to the child and adolescent development department at San Francisco State, there are some other options we can talk about, but they're our main partner, as Dr. Wilson said earlier. And there are a lot of supports that we can kind of bake into the program. So you get, I mean, you could get this if you weren't in the program too, but there's English, transferable English and math classes. And if you earn a B or better, you don't have to take the CBEST test. That's considered equivalent to the CBEST test, which is a requirement for teaching credential programs. If you go to San Francisco State and major in any of their child and adolescent development, I guess, pathways, you earn equivalency to the CSET. Well, it's not any, actually, it's the elementary one. You earn equivalency to the multiple subjects credential CSET test. So there's a lot of different pieces that we've really tried to identify to address the barriers that are out there, because those tests can be barriers. Sometimes student teaching can be a barrier. We have an assembly bill right now at the state level that we're all in support of, that is looking at how to pay students for their student teaching. So yeah, so that's a little bit about what the apprenticeship program does. And what we can do now is maybe it's a good time for us to switch into the 2 breakout rooms. So if you could, I guess I'll let people choose their breakout room. So KO and I will be in one breakout room talking about San Francisco Educators Rising and the apprenticeship. So if you're on a counseling pathway, you're interested in school counseling or something like that, you should come to that room as well. And then for folks that are interested in working at SFUSD, you'll be but you're not yet working for SFUSD, you would be talking to DeAndre and Tina. So if you're already a paraeducator or you're thinking about counseling, come to KO in my room. That'll be room 1. And for room 2 with DeAndre and Tina, those are for folks looking for work at San Francisco Unified.
Can I ask one more question before we split up? And
sure.
I already have a bachelor's degree in chemistry, but from a different country. And would San Francisco State University take me as a student for transfer? Or is it only limited to first-time bachelor's degree students?
Yeah, it's not limited.
Not limited. Okay.
So I think we can probably, let's see. Let me just answer this.
And maybe I should reach out privately. It's not necessarily, but I don't want to take up the time for the whole group, because students are here, people are here to learn about special education. So. Yeah,
that's fine. So you can definitely reach out to me. Let me put my email in the chat so everybody has it. So I'm happy to talk with anyone about specifics. Actually, that's the application. Let's see. So feel free to reach out to me with any specific questions, but we can also answer questions like that in these breakout rooms, because there's not that many people here. So I think we can answer individual questions. So if you look at the breakout rooms, let's see, I'm opening the rooms. So the first one is San Francisco Educators Rising with me and KO. And the second one is getting hired, basically looking for work at SFUSD with DeAndre and Tina. So you should be able to choose your own breakout room. I'm going to join the San Francisco Educators Rising, so I'll see you all soon.
But how do we join the breakout room?
Let's see. Okay, if you want to go, I'll stay here and help people find rooms and stuff. How do you join? Let me see. So if you look down at the 3 breadcrumbs at the bottom, you should see a breakout. It should, if you click that where it says more, you could see breakout rooms. You see it?
I see. Okay, I found it. Thank you so
and then
much.
You can, sure. Yes. So let's see. For other folks, which rooms would you like to be in? Well, Janaea, I'll assign you because you want to do an Educators Rising since you already work at SFUSD. Lex, how about you? Would you like? Oh, I think I just accidentally signed her. Okay.
Which room should I go? I'm already I work as the para at SFUSD.
Perfect. So come to the San Francisco Educators Rising, the first one.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you soon. I'll be there soon. May, how about you? Or Suad, how about you?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Which breakout
I
room
have
do you think?
number one.
Number one? Okay, great. I will
Yes.
put you in there.
Please,
Wait,
thank you.
you're already a para?
Yes, I'm a teacher
Awesome.
in preschool.
Oh, awesome. Yay.
Yes.
Okay. And May,
Thank
how
you.
about you? You're welcome. I'll see you soon. I'll be there soon. May, are you there? Hello? All right. Well,
It looks like everyone from the Rising group is gone, or nobody's in the breakout room.
Yeah, I wonder if they're still talking. It could be a possibility that our session was a little shorter.
Well, wouldn't they have people listed in there?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Try and join, see if anyone's in there. Yeah, there was nobody there, so I'm wondering if they just maybe signed off.
I think that might be the case. Sorry. Just a little confusion on our end. But I guess that if anyone has any more questions, reach out to Tracy. And Andre, you seem like a really good contact if they have more questions about like applying to the school district.
Yeah, feel free to send me any communication.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry for the confusion, and it was great meeting everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Andre, one
Bye.
more question. Are you associated with the school district or with City College?
With the school district.
With the school district. Okay, I am scrolling through the chat and I am trying to find your email.
I'll put it in right now.
Is this K.O. Wilson? Is that you?
No. There you go.
Okay, so let's see. And that's all right. Thank you so much. Thank you both.
Thank you both. See ya.
Bye bye.